Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast Daughters of Kerala. This is the first episode of our series in which we will be planning to discuss the matrilineal societies that were centered in Kerala. So today I have with me Miss Divya, who is actually from a Nair family that will tell us about a little about how our family worked in the ancient times when the Nair system was active. So, how are you? How are you?
I'm okay, fine, and thank you for this opportunity because normally we are not used to talk about such things. Um, Being a humanist, not only a feminist, being a humanist, we have so many things in our ethnic society culture. But nowadays, after this colonization, after this modernization, we are losing our base, our root. So it's good. You young generation is going to at least trying to understand what was our root.
Yes. So, shall we begin?
Yeah.
So, to begin with the podcast, could you just tell a little about how these matrilineal families worked in Kerala, especially the Nairs, as you are from a Nair family yourself?
Actually, I was born after this um, Hindu Joint Family System Act was introduced.
Yes.
So I'm not familiar with those system. I just heard so many things from my ancestors,
I
my
see.
grandma.
Yes.
So that was a golden age for women. Being a woman, now I know what are the restrictions we are going through. That was the golden age because she was the most important person in the family. Their whole generation was based on their mothers, and children will take care in their mother's home, and they will get all the support from their mother. So that was the socially and emotionally that was one of the finest time
For women.
for women.
Yes, because they had more.
They have more, not more, they have the full freedom
Yes,
to
freedom.
decide everything.
Yes.
They have the freedom to decide their partner. They have the freedom to decide their sexual feelings
Yes.
and divorce. And they can, they can decide whether they want to stay with their home with this man. If they are not interested in man, they can simply say, you can go to your home. So that was a simple way of divorce.
Yes.
So the most powerful woman in that area at that time, it was like in before 100 years, before 200 years,
I
it
see.
was like she was the Tamburan. The eldest woman of the Nair family was called Tamburan. Now we use the word Tamburan.
For king,
Yeah, for king.
someone powerful.
Yeah, so she was the king of that time.
So she was like powerful.
She was the powerful Amma Tamburan. She was
Yes.
called Amma Tamburan.
Yes. Mother.
So yeah,
Mother
so
king.
being a woman, I'm feeling jealous on my ancestors because they enjoyed all that privileges.
Yeah, that power over the family.
Yes.
I also heard that although the women were given high importance in this and they were given a lot of freedom in terms of partners, and all that, mostly the financial decisions based on land were taken by the brothers
Yeah.
of the family, like the elder brothers of the women that were in the family.
Actually, the succession was through the mothers,
Yes.
not by the fathers.
Yes, like the inheritance of
Yeah.
property.
Father want to take care his sister's children, not his own children. So that's why the woman have the hold, because all the properties will be in the name of the woman. The Taravada, their ancestor home, should be in the name of a woman.
Yes.
The men never will get their Taravada.
They don't get to inherit.
They will get some inherent
They
properties.
will get something, but it
Not the
came
home.
through the mother side.
Yes.
I see. So, from all this, do you think it has a personal connect to the citizens of Kerala, the people of Kerala, Malayalis. So
Now,
yes, now
actually, Nayars had a big role in Malayali society
yes,
because they were warriors in the ancient time. They were next to the kings. So, when we, after this colonization of different countries, they introduced education here. Nayars are the first community. Nayars and Christians are the first communities. They absorb the importance of education. So all our IAS, IPS, and all those, I mean, high-profile jobs were
yes,
done by the Nair communities
yeah,
because they were very keen about the education. I'm coming from a family, and my family was holding a school in 1921. That was the first school in our area.
I see.
And every teachers, and they don't have enough teachers that time. So my maternal uncle took initiative to educate all the girls of the family as
For
teachers.
teachers.
Yeah, and all of my family members were teachers, except my mother. She was working in a bank. Except my mother, all the female are still. I mean, till now, they are teachers in the same school or in other schools. So education was the most important part, and Nayars are the first community who realized the need of education in the modern society. That's why we have that background, and that's why we have this much of opportunities in the government officers, IT, everywhere you can see at least a Nair.
Yes, so you could say that Nayars are some of the most educated people in Kerala.
Especially in the case of girls,
In the case of girls, yes, of course.
you can find girls as, I mean, seeking doctorate and all those things are very normal in this community because their root is before 100 years they are interested in education.
Yes. Could you tell us a little bit more about how traditions of the Nayars were still passed on even after the abolishment of the matrilineal? And festivals we can see in Kerala such as Onam or Vishu.
Okay, this is what I gained from reading some books. Um, and that was like, we have traditional ornaments.
Yes.
We have traditional ornaments in the Nair community like Palakya Mulla Mutta, with this jasmine flower, like
Yes.
traditional ornaments.
Yes.
That was exclusively for Nair community before.
Yes.
Now it's changed. Everyone is using because it looks very beautiful.
Yes.
And we have, do you know about the curry avial?
No.
A mixture of all the vegetables. It's a traditional Kerala cuisine. Avial. It was a Nair
It was a
cuisine.
Nayars
Yeah, it was a Nair cuisine. So we have so many things. They're passing. Now everyone is using this, but
It belonged to the Nayars at one
yes,
point.
yes, and we have Onam as the national festival of Kerala, and everyone is very. I mean, everyone knows this flower carpet and all those things. Flower carpet and sadhya on a feast, but for Hindu Nair families, it was not like that. It was some spiritual ritual also included in this celebration, and we'll go to the temple on that day. We have this Trikakarayappan concept. It's a concept of goat we'll keep in front of our house within that flower carpet. Then we'll do the puja, 3-time puja with that god. So that was, and we'll make some sweet dishes for the puja as prasad. So that all we are continuing till now.
Yes, and all these were Nair traditions
Yes.
before the colonization.
And this there are called kaava means a bunch of trees, and there will have this snake serpent as our god.
Yes.
So that concept is also belong from Nair community. They have each and every Nair Tarvada. Tarvada means ancestor home. Each and every Nair Tarvada hold their own Sarpa cover. So we used to love nature too. because Sarpakava is a small forest.
Yes.
So everyone, I mean, my home is just in front of a Sarpakava.
Oh.
So I can see the. I mean, I'm not afraid of snake in that area because
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
Yeah. Most people in Kerala like not that scared of snakes.
Because we treat
Because
as a god.
Yes, it's like a serpent god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on. What are some of the artifacts or relics that were inherited by, like that were maintained throughout? So
Actually, I don't know how much you're familiar about it. We have some. We can go to some places where they are keeping heritage items like brass vessels, like this big box, like we call it pataya piti,
yes.
where they were keeping this rice and all those things. And in ancient period, it was a joint family, so they used to implement a ration system there. So for that, they'll keep the rice and all those in the long box, and every month they will give to the ration to the people of the family. So that is a traditional thing, and most of the families have the same. I mean, I have in my family they are keeping that as a uh, dining table now because it's wooden, strong wooden, and we can stay there. Some in ancient days and in my childhood, my uncle used to turn it as a bed. So we have. I mean, us. It will come into a room. That is the size. In big families and rich families, they have. It's like a home. It will be 3 2 rooms. They'll keep all these things for the ration and their agricultural activities. So it was called Patayapura. It was like a pura. Pura means house.
House.
It was a cluster of patayam, so it was a Patayapura. In middle class families, they have one patayam. Patayam is a long wooden box. They'll keep all their utensils, their rice and all these things. They'll keep there.
I see.
So, in many houses, they have the same thing with a post heritage item.
It's a heritage.
Not like a pattayam.
Yes.
They are using not like a pattayam. Now it's like a showpiece.
Showpiece.
Yeah.
Now it's not like a common thing.
It's not actually. We can't use it because it's a heavy. It's very heavy. Heavy wooden box. It's a very heavy wooden box. We can't move it like something like So we'll keep it there. Now we are going to means we are doing like we varnish it, paint it,
Yes.
and we'll give some dark colors or some paintings or some mural arts. They'll keep it like a
Yes.
showpiece.
Okay.
But that's there. Still, we are using that.
Okay. So how do you think that life was different for us, Nair, for the you Nairs, after the colonization of British?
After the colonization, the advantage was the education.
Yes.
But after this Joint Family Succession Act changed, that was the disadvantage. That turned to disadvantage.
Yes.
Because that was the era of modernization, hippie culture.
Yes. Pop
and
culture.
Then this atheists and all those things were
Yes. Popular.
popular. So what they did, that generation did, was they destroyed their cow and the concept of, I mean, they lost the concept of cow because they are treating that as some traditional cultures. I mean, they're not thinking about whether it's good or bad. What is behind all this culture? So that time they destroyed so many cows. So
Yes.
then there we have a system of matcha. Matcha is a temple inside our home. Inside our traditional home, we
Yes.
have a room.
Yes. A
It is,
prayer room.
yeah, it's called for, it's a Bhuvaneshwari. I mean, for each and every Nair Tarvadu, they have a god, their own god. We call it Bhuvaneshwari Devi.
Yes.
So we keep a room for her. So after this modernization, they destroyed everything and the much also. They turned into bedroom. So that sort of things happened in the 70s and 80s and 90s. But now people are understanding the ethnicity of each and every area.
Yes.
That's a benefit of internet, I can say, because in every country they are trying to keep their heritage values and their ethnicity. So here also,
That's happening.
yeah, people are thinking about their heritage values, their ethnicity, why these things have happened. And after, I mean, this Sarpakava, concept of Sarpakava, it's like we are loving every species of the world, whether it's a man or it's an animal or it's everything. This is like we want to live together. We want to, I mean, all the other, according to the Hindu concept, all the other thing is a god.
Yes.
So our concept is God is everywhere. So we are treating everything as a god. So serpent is also a god.
Yes.
That is the base concept. But after this modernization, we thought that all these our traditional things are pathetic. We are not modern. Actually, being modern is should be in your mind.
Yes.
I mean, you just want to understand why these rituals had happened,
Yes.
not be a peripheral understanding.
Yes.
So everything is every country, each and every country is trying to hold their own cultural values, their own inherent points, everything. So now I think here also people understood all those things. So they are trying to do their level best within this possible limited scenario.
After the colonization of the British and the act to, of course, abolish matrilineal, and not exactly abolish but like adapt to patrilineal, which is the ideal system for the British in their eyes.
Yes.
Now I've seen that there are very little number, or there's a very less number of matrilineal families today. Like the Nairs, now they are also considered a minority of matrilineal Nairs.
Yeah, actually, Nair is also not supporting this matrilineal
Yeah,
anymore because
now Kerala
I'm
is,
sorry, you're a man, right?
yes,
Hmm.
it's alright.
Because in the British culture, man is the most important person,
Yes,
and all the other people around, especially women, are for the well-being of man. They are auxiliary services.
Yes.
They are not in the mainstream.
yes,
So they impose the same thing here. So what happened is, here after that arise this dowry system, and we were not at all aware about this dowry system in ancient period. Then dowry system, and we will go to husband's home after marriage, and they'll get a free servant come, caretaker come, security come, everything come, cook come, everything.
yes,
So now Nair boys also not interested in matrilineal system because they know how enjoyable.
being the dominant
Yes.
gender. Yes,
So they won't allow.
because the mentality is to
Because
is
everyone
gender
need that pampering like a king.
yes, gender roles.
So they
The
don't
man being the powerful one is kind of a mentality engraved
Yes, so
in
they don't want to lose their privileges.
there are a lot of now people also label Kerala as chauvinist
Yeah.
because because the men make most of the decisions. Even now we can see in a lot of media they try to depict how men get to decide what a girl does for the life
I
from
mean,
young age.
yes, because in Kerala, the total population is 53% is women,
Yes,
but we don't have at least 5 people who are selected to legislative assembly.
yes,
They are the people who are going to rule us, right?
yes,
And we have, even now, we want to tell each and every person in a rural area where you are going to. I mean, what you are going to study? I mean, if I am coming to my home, my home is from a rural area. So if I am coming to my home after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I want to answer each and every mail in
yes,
this row.
yes,
So that was, I mean, yeah, I mean, but nowadays girls are understanding the situation at least.
yes,
So they will. I wish they will grow up their children like there is no gender, no need of that gender priority.
yes,
Both are equal because we are not deciding the gender of our child. We
Yes.
don't have the right to.
do,
Yeah. So we don't want to give a gender priority here. We can't do, we can give them a equality in equality and equity, because boys have physical strength than the girls,
yes,
so you can use that.
yes,
But girls have emotional strength than boys,
yes, yes,
so it's a balanced thing. So we want to understand the balance and we want to move on. Actually, Nair community is one of those type of communities who understand the emotional
strength of it.
strength of a woman.
Yes,
Now we are losing that, but I wish these girls of new generation will regain it.
yes. Well, thank you for being here with me, ma'am. It was a great pleasure talking to you. Thank you everyone for being here. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you.